The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them here! Die, vermin!
This poor man has just been slaughtered by a vampire. The body's still warm.
Ain't safe here for a gentleman. Die!
Killing's all you can share! Let's pin him past the leech! Oh, Christ! Fucking fuck! Look at it! Vicious bugger! He's dead! Murdering bastard! He's done for! Get a taste of this! That's gonna hurt! Over there! There's one of them vermin! One of them! Beast! Master! Die! Oh my God!
The wet boots shouldn't be fighting each other. They've got bigger problems elsewhere.
Please, sir!
Or are you just out of your mind?
It's locked, all right. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
What can you tell me about...
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here, and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right, okay. No need to get all worked up.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh, you want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Do you need medical help?
No, thank you.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? What a waste of life. I only managed to be hated by all the people I loved.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Is it not dangerous to work here
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about the Sad Saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Why do you and your sister Giselle have such opposing views, Lottie?
Giselle whines she lost her job due to her unionist activities, which started her drinking. Truth is, she got fired because she's an alcoholic.
Perhaps your sister's addiction to alcohol is the result of her despair, but not the cause.
Perhaps you're right. But I'm tired of her playing the outraged and martyred social fighter while I earn money for both of us.
Don't you think she wants to get better?
I believe she knows her alcoholism is a worry to me. And that's another reason why she continues to drink so much.
And you don't share your sister's views?
On the contrary,
К слову,
I
ее
totally
сестру мы
believe
только
that
что
workers
съели.
need to unite to fight. I just disagree with Giselle's hatred for all wealth and riches.
What do you mean?
I don't believe that you were an automatic arsehole because you were born into a good family.
Lottie, tell me about the death of your mother.
Giselle killed her, plain and simple. She killed her with her daily whims, her laziness and her complaints.
That's quite a statement.
Это новая локация, новый район города и
Mother was
одни
very
из,
ill.
ну, девки, короче, на улице, которые
What I couldn't stand was how she cried at
не
her
ключевые
like she was
персонажи.
the one left alone.
Perhaps your sister is not as tough as you are.
I know that, and I don't blame her. It just makes me sad that my own sister is the person I understand the least.
Do you need my medical attention, Miss Paxton?
I'm fine, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Miss...
This Seymour worries me.
По-моему, 2 или 3 съел. Вот этот чел в нашей больнице бабушку-сплетницу убил. Оказалось, что он тоже зараженный. Ну, точнее, его в этом подозревают. Но мы сейчас должны узнать, на самом деле он зараженный или он просто знает кто и просто сбежал.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? really.
This is a blessing for me
Она
to become
пропала.
a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy.
Тогда же,
truth
когда
be
этот
known,
чел убил
to run
бабку
a
и
shelter.
сбежал.
What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
Why return?
This...
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you? Yet you restrain?
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right, Sean.
Мне кажется, я знаю, в чем дело. Это, похоже, та девка на самом деле вампирша.
Well, I surrender myself to your judgment.
В каком смысле странные?
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Hope Giselle will pull through.
Я думаю, это нарочно сделано в таком духе, знаешь, как будто это все в романе происходит действие. То есть они как книжные персонажи разговаривают в этом смысле, да, есть что-то такое.
I'd head back if I were you, sir. Over there! Every hole without a rat could be hiding in like. Just say we don't have to start with the darkest holes first.
Упс.
Stay back!
Shit, that leech is fast!
Да, мне тоже нравится. Мне их надо обязательно убить, этих чуваков. В этот раз как-то получше получилось.
That doesn't work. So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
Офигеть, пазлы. Я на это не подписывался.
That doesn't work. That gate should shut properly now.
$2000 IQ.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again. The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally! A touch of lucidity. You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon! I am Fergal Banshee the Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon? Once you've finished, I'll slaughter these scum. Foolish Ekon! Power you cannot comprehend!
Это тот помойный пес, о котором в начале типа игры говорится. По слухам, который якобы ходит убивать людей. Привет.
To respect the laws of Ascalon.
Ну, он его так назвал.
Power you cannot comprehend. Slaughter these scalds while singing your name.
Ну-ка не спойлери, читер. Советую не заниматься бэксит-геймингом.
You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon. Once you vanished, I'll slaughter these skulls while singing your name. Snap like a slow as a snail. I shall tear thee apart and spill my blood to the pit. How are you cannibal? Down, stay down. Your blood is now mine. I'm the Vampyr, the hand that crushes all. You found your death in me.
Возможно, я поспешил к нему идти.
You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon. Challenge the dictates of Ascalon!
Я понял, как против него драться.
To respect the laws of Ascalon. I am Fergal Banshee, the hand.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Поднимем уровень. Не, я страдать не хочу, спасибо.
So much noise. The vampire king is in the silence.
Просто когда вчера или позавчера играли, там был босс 25-го, ну не босс, а 25-го уровня была херь, и я ее пытался, наверное, час убить. В итоге убил, но типа нафиг это дерьмо. Так я и так не казуал. Вон Гока, например, он себе 50 уровень начитерил. Вот это казуал. И не говори, омерзительный человек. Вот смотри, прикольно, я съел сестру, а вторая, которая осталась живая, она пропала. Что, дубль 5? Извини, я был вынужден. Мне нужна кровь для этого чувака.
You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon. The crushes Whilst you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds while singing your name. You snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn. Foolish Ekon! Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon! Slow as a snail! And thine shall be a fair skull to adorn my mantle! Spill my blood to the pissing. Your blood is now mine. Down, stay down. I shall crush you. Return to your apothecary. down, stay down.
Привет, шутяка. Спасибо за хост. Мы тут как раз убили жесткого чувака, которого пытались, наверное, раз 6, да, убить. Будет очень обидно, если сейчас я умру. И сейв только перед боссом.
At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far. How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Спорим, мы сейчас эту девку найдем из больницы.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
So you're the sewer dog I've been told about. But who are you, really?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Ох, куча народу. Всем привет. Если что, задавайте вопросы по сюжету, если кто-то мало ли не знаком, потому что мы уже довольно далеко прошли.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scowl.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Scowl. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Интересно, что ж мы такое там увидим.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
Ну, хозяин, мне это нравится.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us? Oh, Bridget allowed me to wander above some years back. It was unpleasant. Your spell is enticing. Some weight of blood. Ascalon has stalked us for ages upon ages. How is London? I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long time.
Слышь? Не бедные и не люди.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Фига себе, что у нее с рукой.
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I have so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet, always alone.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
Для тех, кто не в курсе, в больнице эта бабка была вообще бешеная.
Your room, the blood.
В плане, что на всех
What
злая.
brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
Ну, она права, ее там никто не любил в этом смысле. Даже медсестры ее всяко обзывали.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness, quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me. And now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Интересно, в общем, мы узнали одновременно много и ничего.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know
Да.
us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are Skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our
Пипец,
makers.
сколько ж ей лет-то?
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a Skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a Skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Shornhampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, Old Brit.
Ну, по понятиям, по нормам скали, наверное, здоровые. Новая дубина, офигеть. $211 урона. Мы прокачали дубину, но этого челика, забыл, как его зовут опять, с непроизносимым именем, мы убили не с помощью дубины. Мы улучшили пилу одноручную и в другую руку кол взяли. И так его убили. Ну, еще куча зелий. Ты видишь, одноручная, она 114 урона, как бы довольно неплохо. Я потом сделаю клип, и он будет на канале, если ты хочешь посмотреть. Ну или я тебе позже скину ссылку с таймстампом, чтобы ты глянул. Вот Никачан все видел. Никачан никуда не уходил. Она может подтвердить, что мы его круто выиграли. Вот сразу видно верных, так сказать, фолловеров, друзей.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
Sir, you have...
For fuck's sake. Do I have to punch you in the face to make you disappear? Leave me be!
It's my duty to insist. Death lurks everywhere. I must ask you to go back home.
I'm safe here, don't you get it? I'm better off risking the flu than catching a bullet. Am I clear enough?
I see. Well, since you are obviously hiding from a threat, don't you have a safer place to go?
Do you think I'm stupid? The Night Asylum, the Turquoise Turtle, even Miss Gillingham's attic. I tried them all. No, this is my only chance.
It's locked.
Keep your distance, Echo.
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Можно доверять, забрал деньги.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us? The vampire hunters will never find us here.
I cannot enter. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skal now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners. awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Harriet, Miss Jones has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Scals, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Let's simply agree that all are one and the same. In death, I mean.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Вы пока думайте, а я отойду себе за чаем. Пишите в чат, что делать будем с ним. Так, я вернулся. Делать вампиром, я тоже считаю, что это полный бред. Но если мы его убьем, то это означает, что искали окажутся под угрозой, и бездомным типа нечего будет делать. Если мы его оставим, то рано или поздно он начнет убивать людей. Или просто бездомные, которые приходят к нему, окажутся просто как шведский стол для скалей, которые живут у него там в подвале, грубо говоря. Дилемма. Кроме того, я не хочу такого подчиненного. Во-первых, у него рожа страшная. Во-вторых, что мы с ним делать будем? То есть, смотрите, мы его делаем вампиром, да? Он становится эконом, по идее, ведь. И это означает, что ему надо будет не мертвую плоть есть, а пить кровь. Но он же не будет постоянно крыс есть от них. А значит, он как бы это делает его еще более опасным. Да, и, кстати, наверное, это влияет на цвет моих глаз. Это объясняет, почему они у меня красные. Кстати, да, тут ты хорошо говоришь, что у него есть стержень какой-то. То есть ему вера, она реально дает какие-то сильные очень рамки, которые он не может обойти. Ладно, давайте попробуем сделать что-нибудь для разнообразия. Не пить кровь и отдать. Посмотрим, что из этого получится.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No!
I said kneel and drink. Now!
Высоси все. Да, встань на колени и соси. У меня минус 40 опыта. Это вообще как? Разрабы? Плес?
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there." Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Для тех, кто не в курсе, этот чел ранее нам представился как охотник на вампиров независимый. Но мы нашли записку стражей этих Привина, или как их там зовут, которые типа на самом деле охотятся на вампиров. И они пишут друг другу, что этот чел вообще к ним отношения не имеет и абсолютно бесполезен. И говорит полную фигню. То есть он useless и выдает себя за того, кем не является.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Ты имеешь в виду, что он типа вампир, который выдается за охотника за вампиров? Многоходовочка.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
Actually, I may. In my line of work, I have to stop at any sign of infection.
Treating a vampire hunter's wounds is certainly a first for me. I'm happy to help you, of course.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. Your support means a lot.
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
You have courage, Mr. Throgmorton. Perhaps that is all one requires to face the demons.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You'll see. One day I'll find and kill one of these monstrosities with my own two hands.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but
Все,
I'm more
все
of
в
a
норме.
silent hunter.
Обычный англичанин,
They're
английский
more of
доктор.
a sanitary militia.
Витаминоз.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
You've never...
No, I'm...
You have...
Thank you.
Блин, я зафейлил подсказку.
Goodbye.
Честно говоря, без понятия абсолютно. Балансно.
It's locked.
Ain't safe here for a gentleman. Are you dying, man?
Get back in the grip! Get their weapons ready! We found one! No! Oh, God, Murdering bastard!
Я так и не понял, что это. Похоже, типа фосфорная хрень какая-то. Непонятно. Наших бьют. Kill secured.
This is not the place for you. See?
Shit, that leech is fast!
"29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me? There's been a fight here. This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that? Where does this blood trail lead?
Last warning, sir! Look alive there! He's on to us! No!
В каком смысле? Мне кажется, все ок с оптимизацией.
Why drag the poor wench across all these streets to let her expire and be found here? You're surprising. Occasionally, you make a good point. We're being misled. Or worse, we're being baited by leeches playing a nasty game. Steady, boys!
Ты не думал, что тебя фризило, потому что ты 50 уровень себе вкачал, и игра просто, типа, может быть, типа, сломалась из-за этого, м? Ну, чисто как вариант, пища для размышлений. Так я об этом и говорю. С самого начала.
Sir, step away! Easy! We can deal with it. No! Christ!
В любом случае, ты читер и был наказан.
You're surprising. Occasionally, you make a good point. Rewind shall prevail! Die! Oh my God!
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire.
Читер.
only a golden watch in her pockets. This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family. Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
I see you.
Ух, спупи.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
У меня нет найтбота, у меня вообще никаких ботов нет. Я хардкорный.
Jonathan.
What was that? I won't let you escape. You're very fast, but I'll catch you.
See them fancy clothes? This one's top! We have to stop it!
They've all been butchered.
Мне кажется, что его сестра тоже стала вампиром.
I can still sense a presence.
Come to me.
In the name of Christ, someone help me! You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary.
Ничего себе.
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary. I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reed, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for me.
Mary, wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel, pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
Oh, so that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself.
Но она просто очень старая. А эта Мэри типа загипнотизировала, как мы это делаем.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good.
Sosem!
Ни хрена себе, это было что такое вообще? Видишь, в чем дело? Она-то не хочет сама умереть, она хочет всю семью убить, мать в том числе, которая вообще-то ни при чем. Давайте-ка попробуем с ножиком. Я, кстати, думаю, что если кровь из викария выпить во время боя, это будет какая-нибудь ачивка.
Rest in peace, monster. Kinslayer! Come to me, Jonathan. You... Assassin! Kiss me again, sweet brother. You've killed me, brother! What have you done? Assassin! You've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster.
С дубиной полегче было.
brother!
Kinslayer!
Kiss me again, sweet brother.
You burned away his mind.
You're a monster! Come to me, Jonathan. Give me your blood, priest. Final thoughts are just to die for. Assassin! What have you done? Rest in peace, monster. Kneel like a dog, just as you did to Hampton.
Я думаю, то, что она пьет из него кровь, это вторая фаза, и проще нам кровь из него выпить.
Abomination! Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. You killed me, brother! What have you done? You left me to rot.
Изменение в том, что если в первой фазе они в одной области появляются, то во второй их несколько за раз. И мы ее съели.
I have this thirst for blood.
abomination!
You kid! What have you done? Kinslayer! Kiss me again. Burned away Nurse Crane's mind. Come to me, Jonathan. Rest in peace, monster. You've killed me, brother! I'll make you kneel like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton! Kinslayer! Kiss me again, sweet brother.
Найс хитбокс атаки. Мне нравится, что ты как бы воскрешаешься, а твоих зелий с тобой уже нет. Супер, 10 из 10, классная механика.
In the name of Christ!
Assassin! Kinslayer! To me, Jonathan. turned away Nurse
Kring's mind. You're a monster!
What have you done? Give me your blood, priest. Final thoughts are just to die for. You! Kiss me again, sweet brother. You left me to rot in this grave. Rest in peace, monster. Abomination. What have you done?
Так, понятно, огнестрел useless. Слишком много зарядов нужно. Да я думаю, мы можем ее убить.
You've killed me, brother. Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. Come to me, Jonathan. You left me to rot in this grave. Rest in peace, monster. away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Come to me, Jonathan. Assassin! Somebody help!
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Shouldn't you go back?
Maybe later, but...
Carnage. This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker.
It's locked, all right.
Давай, спокойной ночи. Спасибо, что зашла. Я скоро закончу, так что ты немного пропустишь. Не, сейчас мы прокачаем скиллы и все, наверное. этот чел, кстати, главарь банды, так что мы его сейчас убьем.
Hey, Doc.
Да, он самый. И он, оказывается, главарь той банды, куда пытался попасть сын чувака. Помнишь, который еще лекарство украл? Мы его на прошлом стриме тоже съели.
Killed, extorted, stole. Now I'll die. Fuck it. I'll live the way I wanted.
Зато у нас теперь 2500 опыта. Думаю, это потому, что мы тогда еще не знаем, кто он такой. А тут он нам сам говорит позже, когда мы его... Не, спасибо. У меня жопа от него горит. Я был раньше в платине, почти в даймонде. В этом сезоне после перерыва поиграл. И меня тупо кинуло в золото после плейсментов. И после нескольких игр в серебро закинуло. 1900. То есть на 1000 рейтинга меньше, чем я обычно играю. И я тупо не могу подняться из-за того, что я типа ДПС игрок. И в Сильвере никто тебе не даст ДПС. Ну, типа там, ну, короче, фигня. Ты или играешь саппортом и хиляешь этих дебилов, или ты играешь ДПС и никто не пушит, потому что не может. Погоди, я не понял, мы же его спасли. Почему тут пишут так, будто он умер, некролог? Почему написано как некролог? Что за бред? нет, смотри, его дело продолжают приверженцы. Ну, как-то странно.
The flower's dying. It needs water. Good evening.
Doctor...
Do you need any
Yeah,
I have no...
I appreciate...
Goodbye, Doctor. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like...
Wise choice.
Нифига себе, блин. Жесть.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like...
Wise choice.
Дробовик мы, наверное, возьмем, очень уж он хорош. Наконец-то мы о нем что-то узнаем.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Он, похоже, пытался покончить с собой.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Can I help you in any...
I wrote a letter for my mother.
I see. And is this letter...
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
Наконец-то.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may.
I have to go now, sir.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Doctor.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Do you need...
I would have...
There is no...
Any doc...
Goodbye, Doctor.
Jonathan, at last. I've been worried sick. Have you solved the case of our poor Sean Hampton?
Don't worry, Edgar. The reputation of Pembroke Hospital is secure. Sean Hampton was not the guilty party.
Is that true? Oh, good news. Good news indeed.
What do you know of the Ascalon Club?
Not as much as I would like. There have always been rumors about a secret society of vampires operating in the interests of the British Empire, though I've never met a member.
Do you think Lady Ashbury would know of them?
Jonathan, our beloved lady is not one for social dalliances, nor the assemblies of dark orders. She's a woman of superior taste and selective acquaintance.
I crossed paths with one. A terrifying creature going by the name of Fergal. He was sent by the Ascalon Club to exterminate the Skulls of the East End.
By the stole, Jonathan. If vampires are eliminating their own progeny, then dark times are upon us. Darker than I've ever witnessed.
I found Harriet Jones. She's much the same old, embittered woman she was, only she's been made a Skull. Her transformation did not go well.
Incredible. Why not bring her here? We could learn so much by studying her condition. It would be fascinating.
I doubt that. She can barely move. Perhaps we could learn more about the degeneration of Skulls.
Perhaps. But she could also belong to a new species. We know so little of the laws that dictate vampire reproduction.
Удобно же.
Were there any studies made by your order on the subject?
Not that I'm aware of. I will transmit your discovery to the Brotherhood's primate. He will be delighted.
Does the name Old Bridget ring any bells?
Never heard of her.
No, it's just someone I recently met. A fascinating woman. I had thought that perhaps...
By the stole, Jonathan, you've met another vampire. I would appreciate an introduction, if that's the case.
A pleasure.
Так, сейчас мы поговорим с Эшбери. Только сначала лекарство дадим челику.
Good evening.
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid.
You are not a burden.
And you have my...
I have to go now, sir.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Теперь к Эшбери.
It is good to see you again, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm better than one might expect, Lady Ashbury. Dr. Swansea has asked me to investigate the recent disturbances in the hospital, caused by skulls.
Really? What do you mean?
I discovered the most intriguing skull. An elderly woman answering to the name of Old Bridget, and a man who helps them remain hidden in London.
Old Bridget? Peculiar name, I've never heard of her.
According to Old Bridget, skulls can lead a peaceful existence like us. They are even able to nourish themselves by feeding on corpses and the flesh of the dead.
How vile. Please, Jonathan, let's change the subject.
Довольно высокомерная мадам.
Skulls of London have gone into hiding. Both mortals and immortals plot their extermination.
Yes. Skulls are the orphans of the Vampire Society. They are the shame of their genitors, a disgrace to the vampire that created them.
There is something ominous closing around me, Lady Ashbury. Something spies upon me from the shadows. Something cruel and wicked.
Whatever do you mean, Jonathan?
If Sean Hampton and Harriet were not the guilty parties, then who? I saw the bodies and the blood.
Your rebirth has not gone unnoticed, Jonathan. Be extremely careful. If you get in the way of an immortal's plans...
Do you suspect someone?
I don't know, Jonathan. I steer clear of vampire politics, especially whilst hunters roam the city's streets.
Goodbye for now, my...
Короче, ничего нового она нам не сказала. Сейчас будет интересно, кстати. А, или ты видел это уже? Ух ты, все опять заболели. И игра сломалась. Офигенно. У меня крашнулась игра. Видимо, это знак. Тогда на сегодня мы закончим. И, возможно, завтра продолжим. Всем спасибо.